Hey, what up, everyone? Welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Fred. So, I am going to attempt the last question in the just concluded 2025 technical drawing WAEC. And so the question says that the figure below shows a polygon with side FG is equal to FK is equal to 40 mm. So this is 40 FG and this FK is 40 as well. Now GH is equal to HJ and is equal to 60 mm. So GH is equal to HJ and is equal to 60 mm. Then we have kj is equal to 80 mm. This kj 80 mm. So draw the full size of the polygon. We're going to copy this diagram. Then a square equal in area with this polygon. We're going to construct a square equal in area with this polygon. Then we're asked to measure and state the length of the diagonal of the square. Alright, so before we start, I think I've done something like this before. Yes, it's on my YouTube channel. I've done something similar to this very question here. I will try to tag along this video the link to that same that particular question, so you could see it very clearly and probably use the knowledge they apply to this one. But however, let us proceed. But before we go on, please do not forget to subscribe to my channel, like and share as well. Thank you very much. All right, so let's start. So the first thing you do is to draw a thin horizontal line like this, very long, in this manner. We're going to measure 40, so place your ruler like this and measure 40. Draw it thick length. So this is 40. Call this point FG, as you can see from this question. Now this angle here is 150. Get your protractor and align with this point here. Make sure your protractor is properly aligned. Now we're going to measure an angle. The angle is 150, do not forget. So we measure 150. So this is 0, the blue one, and this is 150. So we're going to dot this point 150. Alright, then connect F through the point. Okay, just in this manner. When you're done, then let us also draw an angle of 120 here. Now you can also construct the angles. Alright, place your protractor in this manner. Then we're going to count clockwise this time around now, and this is 120 here. So dot this point with your pencil. Now connect this point G through the dotted point, and this angle is 120 degrees. Now the next we're going to do is to measure this point here, this length here, and call it measure this length 40. Remember, we were told this is 40. All right, like this. So draw a thick line. So from this point to this point is 40. Do the same here. This is going to be 60. So you measure 60, and that's it. Now call both points here K and H. All right, as you can see from this question. Now the next thing we're going to do now is to look for HJ and KJ. All right, so what we're going to do next is get our pair of compass and stretch this length HJ. All right, this is 60, so stretch 60 here. So as you can see, now with this 60, we're going to needle at H. All right, and draw an arc. So that is for this length HJ, but we don't know where the line is going to go through until we strike the other arc. So measure KJ 80, as you can see, with your pair of compass and your ruler. So with this 80, needle at K and cut that first arc you drew in this manner. So we have a point of intersection. Connect K to the point of intersection and connect H to the point of intersection and call this point J, as you can see. Now this is the required polygon. This is a pentagon, actually an irregular pentagon. Now you are required to draw a square that is equal in area. Now we are not just going to convert it to a square. Okay, it's not going to be that straightforward. So the first one we're going to do, we can convert a polygon to a triangle of the same area. All right, then we cannot convert that triangle to a square of the same or of equal area. Then from that rectangle we'll now draw a square. All right, I take that again. We'll convert this polygon, all right, to a triangle of the same area, of equal area with this polygon. Then we'll now convert that triangle to a rectangle of same area that is equal in area with this polygon or the triangle. Then finally, that rectangle we're going to convert into a square. So that's how it works. Now let's convert this to what? A triangle of same area with this polygon. So connect F to J with a thin line. Connect G to J with a thin line. All right. Now align your set square with JF. Support with your ruler in this manner and transfer to this point K and draw a line to touch the what? This thin line you drew here. All right. Just draw a line from K. So make sure you transfer very well. Align your set square with this line JG. Support with your ruler and transfer to this point H and draw a thin line down to touch what this horizontal line. Now call both points OP. All right. Now you see this point OPJ will form a triangle of same area as what? This polygon. So connect O to J. Now I'm using green line to differentiate it from this polygon. Connect P to J and also draw OP with a thick line. And that gives you the triangle, but we're not done. The next thing, we're going to convert the triangle to a rectangle of equal area as well. Now mount your set square in this form. So align your set square with the base, this line here, like this, and make sure it is touching the apex, this J. Now draw a thin line down from this apex to the base, a perpendicular line, vertical line in this form. Then you see this line, call this point R. We're going to bisect this line JR. Okay, so you know how to bisect a line. Just needle at this point, stretch more than half of the line, draw an arc on the left side and the right side with this same radius, needle at J, cut this arc and cut the arc. All right, then draw the perpendicular bisector thin line in this form. All right, the next thing we're going to do is to draw a 90-degree here, because we've already gotten the length of the rectangle we are converting to, but we now want to get the breadth. So construct a 90-degree at this point O. Needle at this point, stretch a radius of your choice, draw an arc. All right, so needle at this point and stretch more than half of this line from this point to this point. Now this is something you should know how to do. All right, so needle at this point, stretch more than half of the line, draw an arc with that same radius. You needle at this point and cut the arc. So draw the perpendicular through this point of intersection with a thick line to form the breadth of the rectangle and call that point T. All right, now you see this line OP. We're going to transfer it to where you have this line T. All right, and get the corresponding point here. So get either a pair of divider or a pair of compass. Anyone can do the job. So, but I'm using a pair of divider here. I'm going to transfer OP to T like this. Okay, so I'm going to mark this point S. So TS is equal to OP. So what I'm going to do next is connect TS and SP. It's me a rectangle. Now this rectangle is equal in area with this triangle and equal in area with this polygon. All right, so now the last step is to convert this rectangle to to a square. So how do we go about that? Get your pair of compass, needle at the point P, stretch to S and draw an arc in this manner. Call this point V. Now take a look at this line OV. We are going to bisect the line OV. Bisect it. All right. So to do so, you needle at O, stretch more than half of the line OV, an arc on the top, arc at the bottom with same radius. You needle at V, cut the arc both at the top and the bottom. But as you can see, if I try to do that, all right, it will go beyond. The arc will be outside this drawing board that I'm making use of. All right. So what I'm going to use is another method that I can still bisect line OV. So what I'm going to do is get my pair of divider, needle at this point, and stretch a radius of my choice. Now remember, it can be any distance of your choice, and mark this point that I marked with a red. Now with this same radius, do not alter it, transfer it to V, and mark. So needle at V and mark this point. All right. So I have a line here. These two red dots. All right. They are lines. Okay. So I'm going to bisect that line. Now, get your pair of compass, needle at this point, stretch more than half of the line Remember, my point of focus is this red mark. Draw an arc at the bottom and at the top like this. Then needle with that same radius, needle at this point, and cut and draw a perpendicular bisector. So what I've done is I've bisected line OV. Okay. All right. So call this point U. Now what I'm going to do next is get my pair of compass, needle at U, and stretch to O. Now describe an arc to in this manner. So if you needle at the point U, if it is touching O, it should also touch V. That's what it means. So you draw the arc like this. Okay. Now the next thing is you're going to extend this PS until it touches this arc. So align your ruler with this line PS and extend the line until it touches this point and call it W. Now you see PW is one of the side of the square that we are required to draw. Now needle at this point, your pair of compass, stretch to W and cut this line to get the other side of the rectangle of the square, sorry. So cut with us this line, this distance PW or radius if you like. Call this point here and call it Y. Alright, so PY is the same thing as what PW is equal. Now with that same radius, needle at Y, that same radius of PW, needle at Y and draw an arc in this manner. Same radius, you needle at W, cut this arc and call this point X. Now connect W to X and connect X to Y. Then also connect P to Y with thick lines, and that gives you the required square. So this is the square you've been asked to draw. So the next question is measure the diagonal of the square. All right. Now this is the diagonal. Diagonal is either PX or what? YW, anyone. All right. So let's choose PX. So get your ruler and measure it, and from here we can see that it is 100 mm. All right. So the length of the diagonal is what? PX is 100 mm plus or minus 1. Okay, those are the error margins that you could have in construction. Always include plus or minus 1. So this is how you go about converting a polygon in this manner into what? A square. So this square is equal in area with what? This polygon, and also with the triangle and rectangle. All right, thanks for watching, and please do not forget to like, share, and subscribe to my channel, and also turn on the notification button. I'll be coming your way again with many more examples. And also do not forget to drop your questions in the comment section, and also reach out to me with my WhatsApp number on my bio. Thank you very much. I'll come your way again. Do have a nice day. Bye.